It is dirty food and you're risking the health of your child, of your unborn baby by eating this. Hey Fruit Bats, welcome to another episode. So today's video is obviously not a live stream. I've just moved in, I'm just settling into the new place and the internet is not so great, so we've got a normal video today. So to those of you who are new to my channel, make sure you check out my Raw to 4 Diet ebook. This is where I got my results. The link is in the description below. So today's video is on Fleur De Force. Okay, I made a video for Fleur in the past, which she did not like, and we'll talk about that soon. But today's video is on her What I Eat in a Day Pregnancy Edition. Okay, Fleur has over 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube and a ton of followers on Instagram. So it's important that she actually puts out something that is empowering and safe to her viewers. So let's check it out. This is her video, What I Eat in a Day. She made it like 6 days ago. I'm talking rubbish. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna make some breakfast. Mike's having toast.
Some marmalade out.
I'm gonna have some porridge this morning. And before I start cooking, a couple of disclaimers. Firstly, I'm not trying to like say this is what you should eat, whatever. It's just what I'm eating today. Okay, so she tried to put this disclaimer like this is not what I'm recommending, this is just what I'm eating. But the thing is, when you have a massive following like this, you automatically become a role model. You know, young girls are looking up to you, so it's important that you're putting something out there that's actually safe for them, that's actually empowering for them. And secondly, I know a lot of these videos get a lot of hate for not being vegan. I'm not vegan, so this isn't going to be vegan. So there you have it. Okay, so she said a lot of these videos get hate for not being vegan. Okay, she's not vegan, all right. So she made this video back in January 2016 and she hasn't made a What I Eat in a Day video since. And I made one in response to this video. And there's a few comments here that I wanted to read out. She called me mean.
This baby cow was born last night, but the few good moments of his life are already over. He's seen as a byproduct of the dairy industry, so he will be taken away from his mom to be confined in a small crate and then killed for veal.
Freelee ain't mean, she's just spreading the message as much as she can. She's making all these celebrity videos because she wants to inform everyone out there how nasty the dextrin. So it's a genetically modified product for a start. Okay, and it's actually been shown to be an effective insecticide because as you can see here, this is a table and these are all the other non-nutritive sweetener effects. Okay, these ones here, corn syrup, Splenda, sucrose, all of those, these are being consumed by fruit flies, and these fruit flies, they lasted, it looks like, over 50 days. Okay, when they were fed the Truvia, and if this is not calorie restriction, they had enough calories, they had access to calories. When they were fed the Truvia, they died within a couple of days. These fruit flies die within a couple of days. And you might be like, well, fruit flies are different from us. And yes, they are different from us, but they are still high carbohydrate, sweet creatures. And the fact that this killed them within a couple of days when they're used to living, something like 60 days, and they can live that long on the other sweeteners, makes you wonder, right? It makes you a little bit scared because they were poisoned within a couple of days of consuming the Truvia. There's actually no long-term studies to show that erythritol, which is a main component of Truvia, is healthy or safe for long-term consumption. I'm not going to poison myself by having this crap when you can just have fruit sugar, okay? Which is really, really healthy. Just have more fruit. Long term, you might see a whole lot of lawsuits against Coca-Cola, that's for sure, because they are the creators of this crap. Truvia is claimed to be a stevia-based sweetener. Truvia barely contains any components of the stevia plant. It's like 0.5 or 0.05% or something so tiny and insignificant, but they're using the stevia handle to promote their sweetener because they know that stevia is actually okay. And so it's very, very dodgy and I wouldn't be having it. And it's also, it's risky for the unborn baby. That's what Fleur needs to be thinking about. How is this genetically modified artificial sweetener, how is it affecting my unborn baby? Please think about that, Fleur. And I have some figs. Good. Which I popped. She said she's got a sweet tooth, then why not eat more figs? Why does she have to add this erythritol? The reason is because she wants to have less calories. And what happens is people end up having heaps and heaps of this stuff and they end up having like a high consumption of it and it's causing them digestive distress as a minor issue. But then we don't know long term, do we?
popped into M&S yesterday and they had these figs. There was 6 and they were 2 for £4. So you got 12 figs for £4, which
they are so good. Fruit is so good. I mean, look at this. The #1 dietary risk factor is not eating enough fruit. The Global Burden of Disease study, published in 2012, is the most comprehensive and systematic analysis of causes of death undertaken to date, involving nearly 500 researchers from more than 300 institutions in 50 countries, and starting with almost 100,000 data sources. So what did they find out? #1 on their list of the most important dietary risks was not eating enough fruit, responsible for an estimated 4.9 million deaths a year around the world. Eat more fruit. You know, don't listen to these people saying you shouldn't eat as much fruit as you care for. Yes, you should.
So I've been trying to eat things that are healthy, but also that will keep me fuller for longer because I get so hungry. And I've also been splitting up like the size of my meals. So I'll have a little bit smaller meals and then snack in the middle because...
It sounds like she is still not eating enough if she's really, really hungry. She says she's really hungry. So Flo, you got to keep an eye on that, or then later on you're going to eat crap and it's not going to be healthy for you or for the baby. So let's move along here.
So that is my finished porridge.
That is so good without the artificial sweetener, which is an insecticide which can poison you and your baby.
Looking yummy. I've got some stevia on top just to sweeten it up because I've got a bit of a sweet tooth.
I researched the container. It is actually Truvia, but she was hiding the label, so we couldn't see that. But this is Truvia and it is not safe. They might say, oh, it's safe and everything like that. But, you know, at one point they were saying cigarette smoking was safe, so...
And some seeds, and then I'm also making a coffee. This is actually a decaf capsule in my Nespresso machine, and
okay, so she's having decaf coffee. How good is that when you're pregnant as well? Let's have a look at how healthy it is. Okay, so study on caffeine and miscarriage yields surprising finding about decaf. The study, however, found that women who drank 3 or more cups of decaffeinated coffee a day in the first trimester had 2.4 times the risk of miscarriage as those who did not drink decaf. Okay, that is really increasing the risk of miscarriage like big time, 2.4 times. I don't know whether it is worth it to have decaf or to have caffeine at all. I just want Fleur to actually educate herself, and I want her to, you know, realize the damage that she could be doing to her unborn baby.
Some hot milk. I use normal milk in my coffee just because I prefer it, and I also sometimes I do have like actual normal coffee, but I usually only have one a day, so this is decaf. I might have one later this afternoon because I have some meetings there.
So she's having another coffee later on. So this is replacing calories where she should be having the sweet stuff. She should be having the fruit, the starches. She's actually going for the caffeinated and the decaf beverages because it's giving her that false kick of like adrenaline that feels like energy, but it's very short-lived and it's very bad for your blood sugar levels and cortisol levels.
I want to stay awake for. So there is my full breakfast. I've also been trying to drink a glass of water with every meal just because you're supposed to keep well hydrated when you're pregnant. Also because I have to take 4 pills with breakfast.
What pills? She needs to take 4 pills with breakfast. I don't know what they are, and I'm kind of scared to even find out. Just let me know in the comments below if you know what they are, those pills.
So it helps. So I am packing a banana in my handbag as a snack for later. Not sure when I'll eat this, but it will probably be before lunch.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that she's eating a banana, but girlfriend, it is so green. It is like such an unripe, starchy banana. Like, that's really bad. They're the type when you open the top, it's gonna crack really loudly. That means the fruit is not ripe, and it can cause constipation and stomach issues if you have unripe fruit, especially bananas. So don't do that. It's really, really not good, but I'm glad to see there's one banana. But it's just like, eat more fruit. It's super, super healthy for you.
For lunch at Granger & Co, and I have had, doesn't look that healthy. I wasn't planning on having chips, but then it came with chips. So I might eat half of them, maybe all of them. We'll see what happens. I've got a shrimp burger, which actually looks really, really good.
Oh, it doesn't look really, really good to me. Maybe to you. She's having a shrimp burger. Okay, so this is just an obvious like outcome of her under eating during the day for breakfast, having the caffeine or the caffeinated drink, which is meant to give her energy, but she's wanting real energy. She's needing fuel source, so she's going to this really dense source of calories. It's really easy to predict. I've been doing this for over a decade. I could have predicted this very easily, that she was going to have some junk food because she's under eating during the day, and she's trying to I don't know why she is under eating. She probably doesn't want to gain too much baby weight. Maybe that's it, but you know, it's okay to gain baby weight if you're eating from the right calories, but this is just junk food and shrimp. Okay, let's have a look at how healthy shrimp actually is. I mean, it's really actually not good that she is having seafood during her pregnancy. So chemicals such as PCBs have been linked to various ailments in the children of women who consume fish contaminated with PCBs during pregnancy. Fleur, I hope you're watching this. These include low birth weight and negative effects on neurological and cognitive development. PCBs were originally used as electrical insulators in hydraulic fluids before being banned in the US in 1979, but their impact lives on. According to the National Research Council, PCBs are found in every site where fish have been tested. Indeed, fish is the most significant, or shellfish, source of both PCBs and mercury for humans. Mercury, which causes neurological development problems and can cross the placenta of pregnant women, is another problem with eating fish. So you're really risking the health of your unborn baby when you're having shellfish, when you're having fish. Studies in developmental neuroscience have shown that certain substances may cause teratogenic effects on the fetus when ingested by the mother during pregnancy, and that basically means like deformities. Okay, so this is risky. It's really, really risky. Shellfish intake at least once a month was associated with a high risk of food allergy before age 2, just once per month. During pregnancy, shellfish consumption was associated with increased risk of wheezing and eczema, while fatty fish consumption was associated with a high risk of eczema. Because of the wide variability, general recommendations for a safe number of fish servings might not be sufficient to protect the fetus. It is dirty food and you're risking the health of your child, of your unborn baby, by eating this.
Ginger, broccoli, pak choi, sugar snap peas, bamboo shoots, coriander, cabbage, some chicken.
The only healthy, safe foods to eat these days are actually whole food plant foods. They are the healthy ones, especially during pregnancy, and they're not going to destroy the lives of innocent animals and also not, contribute to ill health in your viewers who are watching you and copying what you're doing. I'm just so shocked that Fleur wouldn't educate herself before she would eat this and also put it out to the public where other mothers are going to possibly have similar foods. So I wanted to just show, this is Ellen Fisher's channel, and she is actually a vegan mummy, and she's mainly raw vegan, and she has had a number of successful pregnancies. So this is a little video, just a little bit of a snippet from one of her videos.
I am 36 weeks pregnant now. Definitely very pregnant at this point.
Very pregnant?
Feeling great and very hot.
So good morning. I woke up about 45 minutes ago. I had a huge liter of water, and now I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to have this beautiful Red Lady papaya to start off my day.
Awesome. So she's having a lot of fruit. She's super healthy. So definitely check out her channel, Ellen Fisher. She is going to give you some safe, healthy advice. And that's what we need more of in this world, because we've got so many unsafe, just cruel examples on YouTube, and that's why I speak up. That's why I make the videos that I do for people like Fleur, because they need to hear the truth behind their choices and the impact of their choices, what it's having on their health, the baby's health, the environment, the animals. There's so much to consider. Okay, Fruit Bats, that's my video for today. Let Fleur know that I made this video for her. It's actually really important that she watches this video and she educates herself, because her unborn baby is going to potentially suffer if she does not. All right, love you, Fruit Bats, and I will see you next video.